and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dimes Only podcast. I'm your co-host, Buddy Sandoval. To my right, as always, George Hernandez. George, we're back for another week, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Little bit of disappointment. You already know every week the fantasy shit. It's annoying. You love it, but you hate it. You can't wait for it to come by, but then when it leaves you with a little heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's always like that, but
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I feel you on that. But, man, I know we do have a lot of football to talk about, a lot of fantasy stuff and things like that. But, man, the day after we recorded, man, some big news dropped.
no cap.
NBA-wise, Damian Lillard headed to the Milwaukee Bucks to join Giannis Antetokounmpo. And seismic trade, obviously. Here are the details with that. If for some reason you live under a rock, Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. It was a 3-team trade. Included in the deal, Portland received Jrue Holiday, DeAndre Ayton, Toumani Camara, Milwaukee's 2029 unprotected first-round pick and unprotected Milwaukee swap rights in 2028 and 2030. The other team involved in it was the Phoenix Suns. The Suns received Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little, and Keenan Johnson as a part of the trade package, George. So the Suns, I believe, got better in that. But, of course, the talk of the town is Damian Lillard. When you get the best player in a trade, you usually win that trade. So let's dive into it, man. What are your thoughts? What were your initial thoughts when that happened? And then how does that maybe shake up the East?
So when it happened, I was kind of surprised because we all knew or thought the Miami Heat was the destination. But anything happens in trades, obviously they're going to hear what the player wants. But unfortunately, it's not really up to the player where he wants to go because Portland has to look after their backs and get the best offers they receive. So they went with the best offer. I still see the Milwaukee Bucks as a second seed. I'm putting Celtics over them just because they acquired Jrue Holiday, a good two-way player, and right. I feel like that's what they needed. Don't forget they have Kristaps Porzingis. They have Jason Tatum, who's going into his fourth year.
Seventh year.
Seventh year?
Yeah.
Why does
like I know. Well, remember, he's still 19 years old.
Yeah. Seventh year, and he's already accomplished, not a lot, but, he made the finals. Lost to the Golden State Warriors, and I feel like that team is just stacked. You have Jaylen Brown still. You have Al Horford still, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
And I think that's a stacked team. Jrue Holiday landed in a great spot. He's still in a finals contending team. But overall, I put Celtics, Milwaukee, and then obviously Philly has no competition towards them, but I put Philly third. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I was very surprised when it happened. We all thought it was going to be Miami, but apparently the Portland Trailblazers didn't like the package they were receiving from Miami, so they went in another direction that completely was a bombshell to us. But overall, I don't think this changes much. I did still have Milwaukee as a top 3 seed with or without Damian Lillard. Boston is there, obviously, because of the pieces they have. This doesn't really shake up much in terms of where they land, but I think overall it does help them because they finally have that go-to player. No offense to Chris Middleton, but he's kind of on a decline. He's 32 years old. I don't know how much better he's going to get. Damian Lillard, he is, 32 or 33 as well. But obviously, you can't deny the talent level. I think him and Giannis are going to fit so great together just because, I think they could feed off each other. They're kind of opposites in terms of their play style. So, once you put them together, I feel like they could help each other out tremendously. The Bucks finally have a player who you could give the ball to once it comes down. You don't have to rely on Giannis for that once crunch time comes down. So I think them two together are going to be great. I think they're the best duo in the East, at least. That rhymed. So they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, obviously. I believe they're now the betting favorites to win it all. I think they have the
just like that. Huh?
I think they have the best odds to win it all behind who's behind them? The Nuggets, the Celtics,
They have the Lakers up
the
there.
Suns, and the Lakers. Those are the top 5 there. So I think this, obviously major upgrade. At least on the offensive side, losing Drew Holiday does kind of suck on the defensive side for them because he is a tremendous defender, and I hate that he went to Boston for that. But remember, Boston doesn't have Marcus Smart, who played a big role not only on the court but in the locker room there, and they don't have Grant Williams, who also played a big role in the locker room there too. So that either that's gonna the addition of Drew Holiday is either gonna make them better because on the court stuff, or it could maybe break them off the court. And in the locker room. So a lot to look forward there too, George. Another thing I did want to ask you is with the Suns and who they received, they don't have DeAndre Ayton anymore.
No.
They don't have, they don't have pretty much DeAndre Ayton, but they did get Yusuf Nurkic, Grayson Allen, Nasir Little. How does that shake up things in the West? Because I think the Suns got a little bit better as well.
Yeah, Suns got a little bit better just because DeAndre Ayton's not actually... Nurkic, I like Nurkic better as a defensive rim protector and defender overall. I feel like having Bradley Beal added, you don't really need Aiden for like the offensive side. Mm-hmm. So I feel Nurkic plays a little harder. He plays a little bit more like bully inside the middle. And Nazir and Grayson Allen, a good fit for, because everyone talks about depth. They never have depth. Mm-hmm. That's going to be a good addition for them. Coming off the bench, Grayson Allen. I think they're just missing a point guard. I think. I mean, you could have Devin Booker, Bradley Beal run the point, but
they're not traditional point guard, right?
But then if you had a point guard, then that means you gotta go like a whole rotation mix. So now you would have to run Bradley Beal at the small forward, then you gotta run D-Book shooting guard, and then Kevin Durant power forward, and then you would have to add if you want a PG, like a traditional PG, a PG. But I think that just breaks it down a little bit. So you either have D-Book at the 1, and then you have. I think D-Book will fit better at the 1. Then you add Bradley Beal at the 2, KD where he goes at the 3, and then Nurkic at the 5. And I don't even know who their 4 is, but
if I mean, go big, maybe Bobo, but I doubt he's gonna be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for the West, it's just overall tough. Even the Lakers got a lot better. They added a lot of pieces. They added Cam Reddish.
They had Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent.
Christian Wood even yeah, I know that's gonna be tough. I see them just top 3. I don't know where to put them right now, but they're gonna be in the top 3.
Yeah, I think the only thing, I'm not a big Aiden fan, but I think that he would help a lot. At least just putting a body on Jokic, putting a body on AD. So I think they got worse in the front court because of the loss of Aiden. They have Nurkic, and the last time he played over 60 games was about 5-6 years ago. So he gets injured. He gets injured a lot, especially towards the end of the season. So if that's the case this upcoming year, that could play a big factor. That could swing things a lot in terms of whether they're going to play the Nuggets or the Lakers in the playoffs. AD and Jokic Jokic and AD are going to eat regardless, but it's going to make it even 10 times worse for the Suns if you don't have at least a big body there to guard AD or Jokic. So I think those guys are just going to feast. I don't trust Nurkic to play deep into the season or deep into the playoffs. So I think they hurt a little bit in the front court, but in terms of their depth, I do like it. Grayson Allen, I think he brings a different type of dimension to their game. He brings that toughness. He brings that attitude. He could knock down the open shot more times than not.
Yeah, he's pesky.
Yeah, he's pesky. Yeah, that's like a great word to put it to put him as. So I think their depth pieces are there. I didn't think they were going to get any better. I was like, they don't really have a lot of money to deal with, but in free agency they did some good work, and then with this trade they did some good work as well. So yeah, I still have them top 3, right there along with the Lakers and Nuggets. So they're not really a seismic shift, but I think just a step in the right direction for both Milwaukee and the Suns, and then Portland. Obviously they're tanking. So
yeah, and they drafted Scoot for a reason. That's going to be their point guard of the future. DeAndre Ayton and Scoot, both young.
I think they're going to fit good together.
They will. I don't see them making the Maybe they play the play-in.
No,
that's a reach. But
if they were to make a play-in, I think that's a successful season for the Portland.
Yeah, I see them maybe missing the play-in by a little bit, or like just barely making the play-in, but for sure not playoff. They would lose in the play-in.
Yeah.
If they did make it, but that's like a high reach. Like that's like the.
That's
odds.
like their ceiling.
Yeah, their ceiling. Their odds is still low, but overall, I think they like 11th seed maybe. Because I still think there's a lot of teams in the West that are worse than them.
Yeah, like the Spurs, Rockets, Jazz.
But Spurs do have Wemby. So
No, that's not gonna happen, man. I mean, in the NBA, if there's anything you need in the NBA, you need veterans. You need guys who've been there and done that. It's not like football where you could gather up a bunch of rookies and they go out there and play, and the team can afford to have a cheap team out there in terms of money wise. Because players are out there balling out. NBA is way different, man. You need to spend money. You need to get veteran guys in there. The Trailblazers just don't have that, and along with the other teams that I mentioned in the Rockets and the Spurs. Thank you. They just don't have that. Jazz too. Jazz are a young team. I mean, you have Jordan Clarkson, but even then, I mean, there's a ceiling with him and.
Them, I can't think much. The top
Thunder.
Of my head, Thunder are really good though. Thunder, yeah. I think they make playoffs this year. They lost in the play-in last year.
Yeah, I have them actually losing in the play-in again.
Not even with Chet?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
I don't know. West
they could be this year's Kings or last year's Kings.
Yeah, and Shea, you can't forget about Shea.
Shea, man.
Shay's too OP.
Incredible. He's incredible, man.
He's due for a. Nah, I don't know.
Last year, dude,
MVP run. He had an
MVP run. He averaged 31 or 32 points, and he made first team All NBA.
Yeah.
So man, this NBA season, man,
it's gonna be tough, man.
Bro, I'm so excited. There's so much parity in it, and it's gonna be a fun one. I mean, I'm super enthusiastic about it because I have high hopes for the Lakers, and they look good. They should be good. You guys obviously defending champs. Yeah. Just overall, the Suns, I think they're much improved, and then the East Coast,
we'll
it's
see.
gonna be good.
Yeah,
just real quick, I feel like Dame and Giannis are the best duo in the East. I think they're top 3 duo overall. Where do you have Dame and Giannis?
Okay.
Whether in the East or overall. Yeah, East. Where do you have them in the East and then overall? Because I think they're the best duo in the East.
In the East, I'm trying to think.
You have Tatum and Brown. You have
Harden.
Bam and.
You're not putting Harden and Embiid?
Nah, man. I think Harden is just like I was telling you off air. I just think. Well, what I read is that he's gonna go into training camp and he's gonna wreak havoc. So that's pretty toxic. There.
Actually,
Bam and Jimmy.
Still,
I mean, if you want to put Harden and Embiid, and then Brunson and Randall.
I put them best in the East, top 4 maybe.
Top 4 overall.
Cause you got LeBron, AD, Jokic, Murray. Not obviously it's a bias thing, but
no, they're there. You could argue they're the best.
Kyrie, Luka. But I mean, they kind of
obviously still Kawhi and George.
If they can stay healthy.
Who's the odd man out for the Suns? Is it Beal or is it Booker? I think it's Beal.
Yeah, Beal. It's Beal. Yeah, because
Booker. That's Booker's team.
Yeah, and it still was his team during the playoffs because he outperformed KD by landslide.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man.
Booker and KD. Yeah.
It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. We're recording today on a Tuesday. 3 weeks from now, George.
NBA
is opening night.
When do preseason start? Did they start already?
The Lakers start on Saturday.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna start this weekend. But 3 weeks from now, George, we will be heading back to the Rocky Mountains. Lakers, Nuggets, opening night. We're gonna be there for your ring ceremony, and hopefully we're there to spoil it, man.
Yeah, I can't miss that.
That's gonna be fun, man. That's gonna be juicy. Maybe I don't usually bet on my teams. I don't bet money wise at least, but maybe we could maybe do something betting wise, or if you guys could maybe help come up with a bet
at the OP. I'm down for
maybe
that.
we could do something here that you guys want to see. Like I said, I don't bet money, but if you guys want to see us make a fool out of ourselves,
it could be anything else. No money, not balling like that.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Had to throw that in there.
All right, man. All right, enough NBA talk. We'll be there when it takes us there. to the NFL, George. Week 4 wrapped up, man. It was a pretty good week.
Yeah, it was
a lot of good games.
A lot of defensive games.
Yes, i.e.
A lot of
Cowboys and Patriots.
Not even that, but a lot of defensive touchdowns happened this week. A lot of pick sixes.
Especially, especially
not even pick sixes, like fumble losses, Yeah,
man, a lot of good games. But I don't know about you, but I kind of want to start off with the one that we left off last time. I'm talking about the team, the Chargers again.
Bro,
we're in a thriller against the Las Vegas Raiders.
It's their MO. Like, I don't know what's up with them. Like you said, Brandon Staley, questionable call. I didn't watch it, but I heard. I heard.
He pisses me off. I'm not even a Charger fan. No, but sorry, man, Kobe. He pisses me the F off, bro. Again, he almost cost his team.
Chargers, like, you love them, like you want to root for them.
I do, yes.
But they just put themselves in a bad spot. I don't know. I like
get cardiac arrest.
I like Herbert, who doesn't. I feel like he's a fan favorite or just a favorite in general. Yeah. Fantasy favorite, fan favorite. Yeah, everyone loves him. Great hair.
Personality, man.
Personality,
he's a great
really
guy.
Good. But I don't know what's up with the Chargers. Maybe they're missing Eckler.
I don't know what's up with the Dodgers either.
I mean, my bad. Yeah, a Charger. Maybe they're just missing Eckler. That's it. But I mean, to be a close game with the Raiders, I don't know. But in my opinion, something has to change.
No, yeah, man. Okay, well, I mean, look, they had the game in the bag. They were leading by 2 touchdowns, maybe even more heading into halftime. They don't score at all in the second half. To top it off, of course, like I said last week when they played the Minnesota Vikings, Brandon Staley goes for it on 4th and 1 in their own 24-yard line with less than 2 minutes left. They fail to convert. The Vikings take over. The defense saves his ass. Week 2, Week 4, you would think he'll learn from that, right?
He didn't.
He didn't learn from that, George. Less than 4 minutes left. The Chargers had it on their own 34-yard line.
He goes for it.
He goes for it on 4th and 1. They fail to convert again. They give the ball to the Raiders, a rookie quarterback. They're driving down the field. I was like, oh, my God, they're going to tie this game. The Chargers are up by 7 at that point. Asante Samuel jumps a route. Luckily, he intercepted the ball, and pretty much the game was over from then. But still, George, to put your defense in that situation again, George, your 28th ranked defense, George. Brandon Staley is a defensive guru. You're supposed to have a top defense. You have the talent to have the top defense. And you struggle. You can't even stop a nosebleed, dude. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it with this guy. I don't get it with this team. It's very frustrating to watch. And George, if the defense saved his ass, man. If they don't get that stop, he has to go. He has to go, man.
I'm no Charger expert here. What do you think?
Man, like, this team is too talented to be in these types of situations. That game should not have been close. Brandon Staley should not have done that again. He puts way too much pressure on his defense, even though he says that his defense can handle it. I mean, what other choice do they have, right? I mean, putting them in that spot.
Hey, they're probably like they'll be like, oh, man, we gotta do this shit.
They're like, dog, again? Like, you're putting this in such a short field. I mean, like, man, it's a lot. It's a lot.
But if you think about it, confidence were high because it was a rookie quarterback. The Raiders do suck, so maybe they're like, suck. Oh yeah, like just go for it. Like we could handle this, Rookie quarterback, like I said, Raiders suck.
Nah, still, man, still. I mean, I don't care who it is, George. That gives you even more reason to punt the ball.
Low anxiety.
You tell the rookie quarterback, I bet you to drive down on us.
A little 2-minute.
I bet you to drive down on us. You can't. No. We're gonna go for it on 34-yard line. We're gonna fail to convert. We're gonna give you only 34 yards to try to score a touchdown.
I'm gonna check those highlights actually. Now I'm curious to see how this all goes down.
Just like he gives me anxiety. He gives me anxiety. I'm like, what are you doing? I can only imagine how Vlad feels. How shout out to Andrew Drew out there, man.
Well, Vlad was at the
crazy.
game.
Vlad was at the game.
Hey, wait. How'd you feel at that moment? They go for it. You're at the game. Fired up. What's up?
Well, Staley wanted to end the game. Staley said, if we get the first down, that's a wrap. That's his mentality. And it was for the Vikings. You get the first down, it's end the game. End the story. We all go home.
All right.
The plays that he called, Herbert can run. cool run from like the outside, you know. Call it different play, throw pass, Keenan Allen.
Oh, okay.
I get that. That's Brandon Staley's MO. We've seen that, especially in his first year in 2021. He would go for it on 4th and 8. But I just think that you can't put your defense in that type of situation, especially when your defense is not that good. If he had the Cowboys defense, which he should have that type of defense. The Niners defense.
Well, they were missing a lot of players, no? Darwin James.
Yeah, they were no Derwin James, no Joey Bosa.
James.
They had Eric Kendricks back. They had Khalil Mack, who had a phenomenal game.
11 sacks.
But still, George, six sacks.
6.
What a beast.
The Seattle had 11 sacks.
Yeah.
The whole defense had 11 sacks.
You can't put that type of pressure. You have to punt it away, and you have to say,
you have to tell
that rookie quarterback,
drive it down the field.
Drive it down. I bet you to drive it down. He can't, but man, they got super lucky again, man.
I mean, I feel
he cannot keep this up, George. If he keeps this up, he has to go.
Until they lose, I mean.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. He has to go. He cannot keep on making those boneheaded decisions. It's just way too much,
That's
man.
plain definition.
Eventually,
with your food definition.
Eventually,
right,
George, it's going to bite him in the ass, man. It's going to bite him in the ass, and his head's going to go. Obviously not.
Wait, didn't it?
Speaking, but figuratively speaking.
Wait. Never mind. I thought he did something similar against the Jags, though.
No, they were just being way too conservative. It was just, that was just bad.
I think it was another game in the season last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but regardless, as a football fan watching that, great game there.
Yeah.
Two rivals, and their next matchup should be really good as well. George, I have the Sunday Night Football game on deck, man. The Jets and the Chiefs.
Me too.
AKA the Taylor Swift. George, how do you feel about that Taylor Swift thing? I mean, it was cool once in a while. After that, George,
for me, to be honest with you,
annoying by now.
Wait, to me, it doesn't really bother me. I'll just skip through it, like even on like social media and stuff. But the only thing that did bother me, I don't know if you saw, Pacheco scored a touchdown.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and
that did bother me.
And he was about to celebrate, and they move it to Taylor Swift. Like, bruh, Pacheco has some funny ass celebrations
he does.
too.
He has some good celebrations.
He does.
He's a good dancer. He's a good dancer.
Yeah. So I was bummed about that. Like, why are you gonna do that? Like, we're watching football.
Immediately, they already had the camera.
Hey, he was about to, and then they switch it. Honestly.
George, not Patrick Mahomes, not the dance by Isaiah Pacheco, not even Andy Reid. They go directly to Taylor Swift.
That's the only thing that bothered me. But other than having her
annoying.
in the social media, I just skipped through it.
Yeah.
Drew Fro did send a funny message in our chat.
He did.
The Taylor Swift thing has to stop or whatever.
Yeah,
but I mean that like cutting it off during the game, like it's kind of annoying. The social media is like you just scroll through it, but
the NFL is having like way too more fun with that. I mean, I get it.
But
it's
it brings
a business.
Views,
it's a business. Taylor Swift, obviously the biggest pop star, biggest musician in the world. NFL is the biggest brand in the United States. You put those together, you're just gonna have more fans, and obviously we've seen the spike that Travis Kelce has gotten already, and things like that. So I get it, but at the same time, it's annoying, especially watching a sports show, and that's what they're talking about. It's like, bro, come on, dog. I mean,
yep.
But George, let me know if you had this on your bingo card. Zach Wilson was going to outplay Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
On national television in Sunday Night Football.
Nope.
Did you have that?
Nope.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Bro, Zach Wilson.
More passing yards, more touchdowns, a better rating. Just overall, Zach Wilson. The Swifties thought if that was their first game, I'm sure the Swifties think Zach Wilson is better than Patrick Mahomes, and that does not sit well with me, George.
Zach Wilson, I mean, I'm happy for the guy.
Credit him.
Yeah, I'm happy for the guy. He's been like
Shitted
dealing,
on.
yeah. But I feel like having Aaron Rodgers in the sideline helped him out a little bit. Little advice from him, because I think
it was like his dad watching him on the side.
Yeah, because Aaron Rodgers hasn't been there. I think because he was getting treatment.
Yeah.
So I think having Aaron Rodgers on the sideline is pretty cool for him. Like he helps him out with the plays. He helps him out with advice. Like, hey, maybe next play, look, do this. Like, look, okay, he's gonna blitz you through, I don't know, the middle or whatever. Let it go quick, or I don't know. He's gonna give him some type of advice in the sideline. So I feel like having Aaron Rodgers there helped him out a little bit, because he needs that veteran. It's like a older brother to him, type thing. So I feel like having Aaron Rodgers was cool for him.
Yeah, man. Just it's crazy if you're a Swiftie and this is your first time seeing him. Yeah, Zach Wilson just completely outplayed him. 28 for 39, 245 yards, a touchdown interception ratio of 2-0. Only sacked 2 times. Rating higher, 105.2 compared to Patty, 18 for 30, 203 yards, 1 touchdown to 2 interceptions. Credit to the Jets defense. That defense is elite. Quarterback rating of 66.2. The only thing he led, he had higher than Zach Wilson, and a rating of only 63.6. So not a pretty night for Mr. Patrick Mahomes there. Ultimately, they did end up winning the game 23-20.
Controversial call, I heard.
Very, very controversial call. I did want to get your thoughts on that, George. Okay, yeah. I want to get your thoughts on that. Was that a holding call?
I feel like the contact was very bare minimum. Mm-hmm. I think there's also a play that me and my older brother were watching it. Shout out to Javi. We're watching it, and then I think it was a play where Patrick Mahomes has it. He goes down the middle. I think number 79's holding the player on the Jets.
Yeah, it was in that 3rd and 22.
Yeah, and Javi said, "Oh, he saw the flag up," and Javi immediately said, "Oh, it's a holding call." I saw
that was clear as day.
It's clear as day. He's like, "It's a holding call, number 79." And then they called it on defense on the Jets, and I don't forget what they call it, illegal block in the back or something like that. And my brother's like, "No way!" Like, he thought it was a holding one because it was obvious.
It was obvious. Yeah, it was the left tackle, I think.
The left tackle, number 79. I think that's his number. And they gave it to the Jets. I'm like, no way. And then that last pick where they called it holding, I think it was very, very minimum. I think it shouldn't have been a holding.
Yeah, if you're considering the circumstance, the time of the game, I don't know. But I think that I think it was holding. I just don't think you call it there.
Yeah.
I don't think you call it there. But if it was
a good no
second
call.
quarter, 10 minutes left.
It's a good no call.
It would be a good no call. But if you want to be, anal about it, you want to, go by the book, then it was a holding call. I mean, he got him like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But also too,
there was a face mask.
The drama did not end there. After the game, Chris Jones, defensive star for the Chiefs, joined the Sunday Night Football crew. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah,
you've seen it. Rodney Harrison, Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots. He's now analyst for NBC. He was baiting Chris Jones to kind of talk shit about Zach Wilson. He was saying, he called him garbage. Rodney Harrison called Zach Wilson garbage. I mean, we know who he is, but he played a great game Sunday.
He tried to downplay him.
And he definitely tried to downplay him. And he tried to bait Chris Jones into talking smack about Zach Wilson. And Chris Jones was like, nah, man, he was like the number 2 pick for a reason. We game planned for him. We knew he was going to come out and do good, and he ended up doing good. And, shout out to him, respect to him. And Rodney Harrison was like trying to poking that stick. And what are your thoughts on that? I think that was, obviously me and you have a different platform than Rodney Harrison. Obviously, Sunday Night Football, everyone's watching him. I think for him to say it, that was kind of disrespectful, especially the performance that Zach Wilson had.
Yeah, I think that was harsh, but then me and you, the majors, we studied this, so it's you honestly, they go for the views and what's gonna get to the views or what's gonna stir up the pot, and it's questions like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I feel like it was a little harsh. He did poke him a little bit, but Chris Jones handled it professionally. So shout outs to him. But overall, it was kind of harsh.
Yeah, it was, man. I was surprised. I was like, whoa. I mean, for a guy his stage, his stature to talk like that. I mean, that's kind of bad. I mean, that would make sense if he actually did play like garbage. I mean, I would give him the benefit of the doubt there, but to say that, after the type of performance, and out dueling the MVP, former Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion. Yeah, that was kind of low on Rodney. He did apologize after to Chris Jones and to Zach Wilson, but still, man, that wasn't cool by Harrison there, man. What else you got?
I have a surprising game, Philadelphia versus the Commanders.
Ooh, yeah.
We did not expect this game to go OT. Philly is a high-powered offense. Good defense, too. But Washington stayed in it. They had Philadelphia struggling. They had them having to go for the last drive.
They had them on the ropes.
I think A.J. Brown got a last-minute TD, sent it to overtime.
No, John Dotson got a last-minute TD.
And overtime. Oh, yeah, they did. I saw the little route run. He went inside, outside.
Yeah, I would have, George, honestly, I would have went for the 2 to end it. What do you have to lose? You're the underdog already.
Yeah.
You're probably favored to lose. Philly was favored in this game by 8.5. I mean, I would have just went for it. You lose. What?
You lost anyway.
You lost anyway.
Why
go to overtime? Take your chances on a coin toss. You have the ball already. Just try to go for the win. But yeah, you're talking about the AJ Brown to take the lead.
Take the lead, and then okay, yeah. But that was a nice game. They won on a field goal. Shout out to them. But yeah, that was just a surprising game because no one thought Commander was gonna be that close after getting, I think, blown out by the Bills the week before that.
Oh yeah.
So we thought the same thing was gonna happen, but I guess, yeah, Eagles are the real deal.
Yeah. That gives me a little bit more confidence in our matchup against the Eagles. This upcoming week for Week 5 at SoFi Stadium. Eagles obviously undefeated 4-0. But if we could put up a fight, obviously we're back at home. I feel a little bit more confident there, man. So, but of course, NFL is a week-to-week league. Anything can happen any given Sunday. So, just hopefully we could contain those guys and hopefully maybe come out with the win. But we'll see there. George.
Yeah, I just had to switch. I was looking here because I was.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
My
you're
5.
Good. You're good. Just last one.
I know. I have this one too.
You have this one too. Bills.
Bills? No, I have the other one.
Yeah, man. The Bills completely dominated your number one, not seed, but your number one ranking of the Dolphins. Deservedly so at the moment, but Bills just came out and dominated them on every facet of the game. Josh Allen had a tremendous game, career type game there. 48-20 after scoring 70 points. The Dolphins did. They come out and score 20 and don't look good at all.
Their secondary is really bad, bro. Stephon Diggs broke 2 tackles in one play and got a TD.
Stephon Diggs was crazy, man.
Bro, how does that even happen? Didn't the guy, like, the way it looks, the guy already had him wrapped, and then the other guy tried to hit him, and then he somehow slipped away. But I think Dolphins, I think we overhyped them. Like, because we went with the 70, but they played a bad Broncos team who we thought were going to be better this season.
They did.
So what I think is the Dolphins, the only thing they lack is their secondary. It's kind of mid. Like, and also against like a Bills team. I know they're missing Jalen Ramsey, but that secondary is not as great as we think.
Well, George, think about it. I mean, they did play a Broncos team that's not very good.
Yeah.
But to score 70 in the NFL,
no, I know,
that's impressive.
But I think, it's impressive. Yeah. I don't take it away from them. But like I said, I think what's bringing them down is their secondary. Like, you score 70, but then the following week, you come back and you get 48 scored on you.
They just got cooked, man. Just overall, how many? Buffalo had 414 total yards, 0 turnovers, 24 first downs. Buffalo forced the Miami into 2 turnovers. Still gave up 393 yards, but this game wasn't.
It wasn't like close
at all.
I thought it was gonna be a shootout, but no.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you look at this. These two offenses. Obviously, they know each other very well, but Josh Allen just owns the Miami Dolphins, man. Like, he sees that logo, he sees them coming up, he circles them, and he dominates them every single time, man. I mean, 320 yards, 4 touchdowns. He completed 21 out of his 25 passes. He just had a great day, and then Diggs torched them as well. Yeah. Just overall, that Buffalo defense put the clamps on Miami.
Buffalo has a good defense.
Overall, they have a great defense. And this was a surprise in a different kind of way in terms of just how that game ended and just how dominant the Bills were against the Miami Dolphins, who you could have argued last week is the best team in the NFL. George, you have anything?
Just quick, your last one. Your Rams Colts.
Man.
That was a nail biter. Puka Nacua on the road for offensive rookie of the year. Puka Nacua, who would have thought we were going to be talking about 5th round rookie winning offensive rookie of the year. This is what I like about football, that it's not like basketball where to be a solid draft pick, you got to be on the top 10 lottery pick, and it's like rare you get a second round
Very
stud.
rare.
Right here, you find them anywhere. You have the Tom Brady, who was drafted late 7th round. You have Aaron Rodgers, who was also drafted late.
Late first round.
Late first round.
Lamar Jackson.
Purdy, bro. Lamar Jackson. It's
Travis Kelce was a third round pick. Cooper Kupp was a third round pick.
Cooper Kupp was a third round pick.
Legends beyond legends.
So it's like you never know who you find in that draft. So Puka Nacua was where did he come out of? BYU. He
was a USC commit too. Oh my God, that pains me.
The BYU, I think they get a lot of good football stars right there too.
They got a couple.
Yeah, but yeah, Puka Nacua, he scored the winning touchdowns. Matthew Stafford. So I should have wrote this down or something, but I saw that he is on the road to break, I think, Calvin Johnson and Cooper Kupp's records for receiving yards or whatever. And what's crazy is that all 3 of their quarterbacks were Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is known for being great. He won his first Super Bowl ring with the Rams. You got to give him credit where credit is due. I know he's on the older side, but he showed he can still ball, even despite the injuries he's faced. Stafford's a baller. Puka Nacua looks great. Anthony Richardson looked great, although they lost. And the talk of the town is about JT. Is he going to be a Colts or not? So I think JT coming back to this offense would be great, especially with Anthony Richardson, who's balling. Pittman looks great. He looked really bad last year too. I don't know. That was a good game. I think it was a good toss-up, OT too. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, this game shouldn't have been that close. The Rams were leading 23-0 at one point. They allowed 23 consecutive points. Luckily, they got a couple stops on defense and went into overtime. And luckily, the coin toss landed their way, and they scored on the first drive. Puka Nacua scoring his first NFL touchdown of his career, game-winning touchdown. Man, look, Puka Nacua, he's a 5th-round pick.
He played with heart.
People don't understand. Once Cooper Kupp comes back, whatever you get out of Puka Nacua is icing on the cake. You do not expect this type of productivity, this type of talent in the 5th round. Heck, even probably alone in the 1st round out of the gates. I mean, heck, Jackson Smith-Njigba is not even getting this type of stuff.
He's performing.
Quentin Johnson is not even getting this, bro. Guys
Zay
ahead
Flowers,
of him,
bro.
Zay Flowers. Guys ahead of him are not even getting this type of stuff. So whatever you get from Puka Nacua when Cooper Kupp comes back is just icing on the cake, man. I feel like Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, I know I've said this already. I'm just sounding like a broken record, but those two, it's gonna be. They're gonna have defensive coordinators up at night, man. They're like, who the heck do we cover? The sky is well, how do you say ceiling or something about a ceiling, limit. Something about a sky or whatever. But
sky's the limit.
Yes, thank you, George. Whatever you could get out of him, man, is just gonna be icing on the cake, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see him and Cooper Kupp together, man. Matthew Stafford and them folk. He is now a part of the Breakfast Club with Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. He's fitting in like a glove, and I just cannot wait to see how the rest of the season, how the rest of his time with the Rams, hopefully forever. He is my king. He is my glorious king, and I will ride with him to the promised land. I will ride with him. If Puka Nacua no longer has fans, that means I'm not around, ladies and gentlemen. He has my heart. He has my soul.
I think he has everyone's.
And man, I just cannot wait to see what else he does in this league, especially when Cooper Kupp comes back. Man, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. So That's all. I mean, what do you have? Anything else?
Yeah, your Steelers getting steamrolled by the Houston
yeah,
Texans.
Houston, Texas.
I'm not gonna let that one slide, especially with my boy right here reminding me. Let's.
CJ Stroud, I gave him his flowers.
You gave him his flowers last week. You did.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't, I don't know. You don't watch football, but
I said, the Texans were gonna finish second in this division, and right now I think they're on pace to do it. They're second right now. I mean, everyone in the AFC South is 2-2, but they are second in that division. George, I told you this. Houston Texans were gonna be a surprise team. They could be.
They have a chance to win it.
They could make the wild card. They could make it. I mean, we're through 4 games right now. I'm not confidently saying that, but with D'Amico Ryans as their head coach, coming from San Francisco, the former defensive coordinator, he was gonna bring that type of play into Houston. And he's doing it right now, man. Only allowed 6 points to your Pittsburgh Steelers, man. CJ Stroud is a real deal. He's looking like the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Should have been the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. And just everything's clicking for that man. He's connecting well with his receivers. Run game did okay. I mean, Damian Pierce had 81 yards on 24 carries. Not really.
They're more throw heavy, I think.
But I mean, you don't blame them with CJ Stroud there, right? I mean, just
he hasn't thrown a pick, bro.
Man. CJ Stroud is just. I mean, like he's seen this in Ohio State, but I mean to carry this into the NFL. You know, he sees the field so well, man. He's just so poised. He's great.
It should have been
16 for 30, 306 yards, 2 touchdowns, man. He's just fitting in so well, man. And he's only gonna get better.
Yeah, it should have been C.J. Stroud first.
Anthony Richardson,
then Bryce Young.
Maybe Bijan.
Right now, I'm not talking about like QBs.
Oh, just QBs.
The QBs should have gone. That's what I'm saying. Because Will Anderson still would have been number 2 pick.
Yeah. Will Anderson's
I haven't heard much about him actually.
Well, I mean, because C.J. Stroud's taking all the attention.
Yeah, but
I mean, you can't really blame him. Plays a quarterback position, most important position in sports, really.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to him, man, and you know, I cannot wait to see what else he does next week. Who they got? Yeah, they got the Falcons, and I don't expect anything less from C.J.
But Falcons has a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they do. So we'll see how that matchup goes, man. But you know, on to week 5, and you know, I think it's gonna be another great one. We have the Bears and Commanders. On paper, doesn't really look good, but
who knows? Could be a shootout.
Who knows what happened there? All right, do you have fantasy talk?
Nah.
Okay, no, I don't either.
Yeah, it's a bad week.
Yeah, very, very bad week. All right, George, close things out, man, like we did last week.
You won.
I did.
Yeah, it was a good week for you.
No, I don't care. Closing now, George. Top 5 teams heading into week 5. We did it last week. We're doing it again this week. I know you had the Dolphins, number 1 last week.
Switched, bro.
I had the Niners going into it. George, who you got? Do you have honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions?
If you do, I'm just asking.
Yeah, Dolphins. They jumped.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. They're completely out of your top 5.
Yeah, you ready?
Crazy.
You want me to go straight?
Yeah, just go 5-1.
Chief 5th.
Oh my God.
Cowboys 4th.
Oh my God.
Eagles 3. Oh, no, my bad. Bills 3. Eagles 2nd. 49ers 1.
Niners, Bills.
Niners, Eagles, Bills, Cowboys,
Chiefs. Okay. Honorable mentions here. Lions. Cowboys. And Seahawks. They've won 3 in a row since losing to the Rams.
Seahawks.
Number 5, I got the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Number 4, I got the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Number 3, I got the Eagles. Number 2, I got the Bills. And number 1, still the San Francisco 49ers, man.
They're looking great, man.
They're just a wow old machine. 21 straight times that CMC scores. 21 straight times. I'm sorry. 21st touchdown. But the 12th straight game, or I don't know, something like that.
13 straight game.
13 straight game. Point is, anytime he's been on the field for the 49ers, he scored a touchdown.
I don't know. It's going to be tough this week, though. They play the Cowboys.
All right, George. 1 game and you have the Dolphins out of your top 5?
Bro, they got steamrolled, and I saw that the secondary just, like, mid, bro. Like, against a good offense. Like, okay, they went out, but think about it. Look who I put in front of them. Like, they're all teams that deserve to be there. Like, I didn't want to take them out. It was a hard choice for me.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep them in, but I don't see them better than the Cowboys just because the Cowboys have a great defense and they have a solid offense. I don't see them over the Chiefs because Chiefs are just the Chiefs. You already know how they are. But I do have Chiefs fifth because that was a little scary.
Yeah, it was a lackluster performance by them overall, but still, I mean, they won the
yeah.
game, and I'm not gonna take them out.
And then Bills, I have Bills up there because they just steamrolled the Dolphins. They beat the Dolphins. They have a good secondary too. They
did lose. Yeah.
They lost one game.
No. I was gonna say they lost Tre'Davious White. He tore his ACL.
Oh, Tre'Davious White.
Yeah. So that's a major loss for them. And then hopefully they get Von Miller back.
Yeah.
But we'll see what
that
happens
means. This is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, they're undefeated. That's why they're 2. 49ers undefeated. That's why they're 2. And they got the best defense. They have one of the best offense.
Well, I thought you had 49ers 1.
That's why. I said 2.
You said 2.
Oh, my bad. 49ers 1. Eagles 2. Eagles haven't lost a game, rightfully so. It should be up there. And I have the 49ers because they have CMC. They have Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, George Kittle.
They literally have everything. There's no weakness to
Mr. Irrelevant. Like I said, you can find them in the draft anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy balling out. And you have a great secondary. Nick Bosa, Ward, Ufanga. They're just dominant.
Their defense isn't as elite as it was last year, but it's not like they fell off a cliff or anything like that, right? So yeah, man. 49ers. I don't, like I said last week. Right now, I don't see a team beating them. And then 2, I did take out the Cowboys this week. I know they had a dominant win over the Patriots, 38-3, but I took them out because of the Bills. Me and you didn't have the Bills in there. I think that their performance was not better. Their performance was more outstanding, more impressive than the Cowboys because of who they played, who they dominated. Patriots are just on a downward spiral, man. I don't know where the hell they're heading. George, this is goes to prove even more that Tom Brady was way more important, way more everything than Bill Belichick, man. It's crazy how when Tom Brady left, we're gonna find out, was it because of Tom Brady or because of Bill Belichick? We're finding out real quick it's because of Tom Brady.
And Mac Jones is just booty.
Tom Brady. I mean, Mac Jones
is just booty.
Just complete ass. Put him in the same category as Daniel Jones.
Now the both Jones.
2 Joneses. But yeah, man, Bills really impressed me. That's why they're number 2. Eagles are, like I said, undefeated, still there. Dolphins did take a hit, but I still have confidence in Mike McDaniel and that offense, and their defense is okay. And then the Chiefs didn't look good, but I'm not gonna take them out because of it. And Lions, man, Lions are
creeping up. They're very good.
Lions are very, very good. Me and you picked them to win the NFC North. I don't see any reason for them not to win it. And the Seahawks too, man. Like I said, they won 3 in a row since losing to the Rams, and they look good. They made the Giants look like the team they are, which is mediocre. So very, very impressed by the Seahawks.
Yeah, and our predictions, mine are really bad for the division.
Are they?
Well, not the division winners, but the playoff standings. I had Giants sliding in there.
You did, yeah, you did.
Though they're complete garbage.
They're garbage.
That O line, I saw a picture where the whole O line got beat. I think it's you're blaming Daniel Jones, but look what he has to deal with, and it's one of the tackles gets beat, the other tackle gets beat, and then down the middle of the center.
I seen something else. So I think it was a right tackle or a right guard where he was blocking, and he ended up pushing his the offensive player who was helping him block. I think the middle linebacker just came in and came for the sack on Daniel Jones.
It was 11 sack. I had the Seattle defense for another league, and they just
they went off.
They went off.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But yeah, man, a lot of good,
a lot of bad.
Once again, that's life in the NFL. Week 5, very, very. I'm assuming you're very hopeful for your fantasy team, but your fantasy team and also for your Pittsburgh Steelers as well.
Yeah. With fantasy, it's just, I just been there, but it's just, I don't know, bad starts. That's what's been killing me. That's all it's been. But other than that, it's I'd be so excited for it to be hit Thursday, Sunday, but then by Sunday afternoon, I'm already fucked, man. like it's horrible.
Yeah, man. But it's all fun. That's why we do is because we love it, even though it pisses us the hell off, man. But very excited to get this weekend rolling, even though it's barely Tuesday. Before we close out, shout out to the Dodgers, of course, waiting for their NLDS opponent. It will either be the Arizona Diamondbacks or the Milwaukee Brewers. Game 1 is on Saturday at Chavez Ravine. So good luck to the Dodgers, of course. And it's a championship or bust. You already know how we do it here. But new year, different team. Hopefully they get the job done. But I'll be there writing it out and see how they do there, man.
Yeah, me too. I'll be keeping up with those games.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, for sure. Should be a great postseason. Hopefully longer than last year. We all know how that ended, but those frauds are not in it anymore. We're in there handling our business, and hopefully we have a parade in LA in a month from now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
All right. Anything else?
That's it, man.
All right. Peace.
All right, guys.
I forgot
God.
to thank everyone. My bad. Like I always do. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for everything. My friend Buddy's here is gonna close you guys out.
Yes. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. You guys already know, but you already know I got to do this. All right, guys. Have a good week and peace.
Peace.